Welcome back to Detroit Finest Baddies. It's me, Yuri Baby, aka Gabriel Powell, aka Corporate Stripper, heavy on the mother effing corporate. And today we have a real Detroiter with us. We got the real mover, the shot caller in the city. You know, he really out here doing a lot of big things. So before I dive into a bunch of questions with him, I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Peace and love, peace and love. First and foremost, thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming on the show.
No doubt, no doubt. I'm Zeek, for those of you who don't know me. I'm of New Era Detroit, New Era Nation, New Era World. We one of the fastest growing young black organizations in the country. We very, very rooted in our communities. We big on accountability and making sure that, you know, we get something out of everything that we doing, like the way everything moving, like new code, new morals, new ethic. You know what I mean? Bringing new energy to our communities. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I will never forget first seeing your organization at an event last summer, I believe, and the movement, the things you guys were saying. I was just so blown away. I was like, this is in Detroit? Like, are you serious? Like, I was just so moved by it. So I definitely am very honored to have you here today. Seriously. Okay, so let's jump into these questions. Are you born and raised in Detroit?
Yep, born and raised. Well, I can't technically say I'm born in Detroit. My family is from Detroit. My dad, he went to the Army. My mom followed him for a couple years down in Fort Benning, Georgia. So I spent, you know, I was born in Fort Benning, Georgia, but I came back up here at like 2. So yeah, I've been in Detroit my whole life.
Basically, yeah. Okay. And is that how you like ventured off and got the organization in different cities and states, because you already was like born in a different state?
Nah, you don't remember that. Like,
okay, right. You know, like I was thinking of like your family, you know, maybe.
Yeah, nah, but my old dude, you know, my parents, my family from the D, but my father went to the Army around the time that I was born. My mom went with him. Okay. So I was technically born in Fort Benning on the Army base.
Wow.
Yeah. Technically.
Okay.
So,
okay.
A lot of people.
That's really dope information, right?
Yeah.
That's really good information. Okay. Next question: how do you connect with like-minded people in new cities?
You just gotta be authentic. You know what I mean? You gotta be authentic. You gotta come with something that's original. You know, and you gotta be relatable. You know what I mean? The things that you're doing has to, you know, really be able to relate to. You know, the circumstances and the conditions of people, you know what I mean, and being able to organize through that and, you know, develop programs, you know, through that, and just be somebody that people would like to, you know, follow and become, you know, a leader of their own. I'm big on leadership, not being a leader. So, you know, when people come around, it's not like big dog, little dog. It's like we all leaders, and being able to, you know, have everybody tap into their own leadership, you know.
Yeah, no, that's really dope. Make sure y'all taking notes on this, because this man is dropping gems for y'all, okay? Like, this is important information, especially for the people that are looking forward to starting organizations and doing this, following in your footsteps, doing similar things. These are things that information you really can't get all the time, get access to you all the time.
For sure.
What do they bring to your cause, like the entertainment industry and everything like that?
So, you know, in a world full of clout chasing, you know, people who I deal with is authentic. I have authentic relationships. I've never ran and tried to force a relationship with anybody. You know, every man got 2 legs and the same parts, you know what I mean? So, you know, I feel like when you talk about celebrity and entertainers, you know, I approach them with the respect of a man, no matter if you don't have no money or you got same amount of money. I approach everybody with the same level of respect. So all of my relationships have been organic, and just about all of them have been through the work out in the community. So, you know, they'll see some of the work that we doing, and, you know, they'll tap in or we'll meet organically out in the field. So, you know, that's how I built a lot of my relationships with, you know, athletes and entertainers and people of that stature. Yeah.
And I remember speaking to you once before. You used to be an athlete before, like.
Yeah, I used to hoop, you know. I used to do everything. You feel me? Like, you know, everything that a young black man growing up, you know, in the environment, you know, did. But yeah, for sure. definitely an athlete, whatever, and I want all the smoke and whatever we can.
Right. You like, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Okay, my next question. What are the 3 major concerns blacks should have?
Well, so the first major concern I would probably say is the future. You know, what does the future of our people look like in our communities? You know, and in that concern, it should be, what am I doing to add and contribute, you know, to the future of our people? You know, being concerned about you know, the next generation of black babies. That's should always be in our number one you know, lens. Also, you know, our people should be concerned about you know, playing politics. You know what I mean? The red and the blue, you know, the right, the left. You know, when you have so many politicians, you know, interfering with day-to-day lives, and we got all these mandates, and you know, every life is so political now. That's why I always tell people about politics. We need to always make sure that we sticking to that and sticking our ear to it and have a certain level of understanding. But you know, we should be concerned about, you know, the country's affair, like where we live. You know what I mean? And the future of that, and you know, our rights and things of that nature. So you know, we need to be concerned about the way the country is shifting, and also you know, just in general, I would say we should be concerned about our communities as a whole. You know, to go with the kids in the future, with a lot of black cities being gentrified, the landscapes is looking a bit different in every hood in America. The lack of resources, we all know how we got in these positions in the first place, you know, through redlining and, you know, back in the early 1900s, you know, black people moved in spaces that they, you know, technically allowed us to move in, you know, in those places that didn't have the amount of resources, and, you know, so we already started from, you know, a low angle. So, you know, for us, it's just figuring out, being concerned about, you know, our communities, and you know, what does black communities look like in the next 20 to 50 years.
Right. So my next question then, to, you know, like how right now on Van Dyke off of like 94 area where they tore down all the schools and now there's factories. How do you feel about that? Because you're talking about the future, and like, you know, the education is where the future begins. Do you feel like that is a negative impact for the community, or do you feel like that is a positive impact for the community?
I would never say that's a positive impact on the community when you're tearing down schools and places of education.
That's in black communities.
That's in our communities, to replace them for factory jobs. You know, we're not living in that era where our babies is growing up, or even in our generation and lower, we don't have that I want to go to work for 10 to 12 hours mentality. And you know, you tearing down schools, you putting up factories, you building arenas, you building jails. You know, I'm never happy about that, but that goes back to us being tapped in on what's going on. They doing all of this stuff, and we don't have a care or concern about anything, or even educated on how these things are happening. So you got these big companies, these big corporations, and they, you know, they patting us on the head with talking about, well, it's bringing jobs. Like, we want to sit and work at factories.
125,000 new jobs.
Yeah. This is not, you know, 1950. You know, it's not impressive anymore. We want to be able to have resources, you know, access to capital, you know, things like that. That type of language is what we want to, you know, what we want, you know, unless it's people from the community opening these factories and providing jobs and opportunities. I'm never going to be for that, you know, in our communities.
Okay. So with that being said, there's a misconception about college graduates, black parents, and just people in our community in general. How does your organization change that perception? So
when you say a misconception, what you mean as far as
good parents, CEOs, and like in the black community, like how we have our communities where we have good black parents, and that's 2 families, married couples in the household raising kids. We have good business people in the black communities that are good people. You know what I'm saying? We have college graduates that come from the hood. That's not necessarily selling drugs, but they came from the hood and they went to college. Like, there is good people in the black communities, but it's a perception that there's not.
Yeah, then. And
How does your organization like try to help, fix that?
Yep. So, I get what you're saying now. So, I would say that in regards to fixing that. So the perception of everything that we look at in regards to how our communities are looked at as a whole and singular success, I would call it. It's a lot of that going on. It's a lot of this person is doing good and this person is doing good and this person is doing good. And the reason that the perception of our community continues to remain the same is because we're not doing it as a collective.
Okay.
So, for us to be able to really, put ourselves in a situation to where we have an understanding that my success is your success and the success of, my kids and my kids' well-being is the success of others, things that never really change. But I'm always tell people with the mentality that our people have, the me and mine's mentality. I talk about this a lot. Me and my family straight, me and mine's is good. It's like you live on a block and you're doing everything for your kids, right? This is a Black American story. It happens every generation.
Right.
You got good parents, a good household. You're doing everything that you could possibly do for your babies. You raising them right. You putting them up on game. You're doing everything. That baby turns 16, 17, 18 years old. Then, it don't matter how good you raise your kids. If the environment is bad, the environment is where the kids is going to end up being sucked in. They're going to be sucked around that environment. So it's like, if we can't do anything to change the environment and say that, instead of saying like my kids don't mess with them, they bad influences, as a parent you should be able to say, well, let me bring them over here because clearly they don't have the right influences, and let me do my part in helping change the environment as a whole.
Yes.
We just gonna keep having singular success stories, and that's what we see. We see a bunch of individual success stories, but as a whole, the communities, Black communities around the country, they look the exact same. I don't care what hood you from or on what part of the country. We got the same issues, the same exact issues, and that's a big problem.
Yeah, it is. I can agree with that. From at least the places that I've been to, I remember driving through like Pennsylvania and Philadelphia, been to New Jersey and up to New York and everything, and it was through the ghetto with people that I knew, and I'm just like, damn. It literally it
looked the same. You get the same vibes, right? When you go to a different hood.
Yeah, you get one McDonald's right here on the corner. Everywhere ain't nothing else.
Church.
Right, a church.
Liquor store.
Yeah.
McDonald's, fast food. It's the same setup.
Exactly.
The school systems are the same. Housing is the same. It's like we don't see it because a lot of times in those conditions, people just so used to being stuck in, like it's people from Detroit that ain't never been out to Detroit. So I've heard of people on the west side ain't never been to the east side.
I've heard that too.
In every city though, it's in every city. It's not just here. So we so conditioned in our environment to where we think that we just dealing with one singular issue and the world is on us. But this is all systematically put together. And, we got and the one singular success story. I don't care how many billions Jay-Z, Kanye, Rihanna got, as a community, as a people, we bigger than just a singular success story. So we need to figure out how to, be more successful as a unit. Like a lot of other nationalities look at success as a race, as a unit, as a team. And I feel like we really need to start looking at the success of our people the same way.
Okay. Wow. That answer was dope as hell, for real. It was. No, that was powerful, for real, because I agree with you 1000%. The perception is not going to change unless the community change together. And that's so hard to get the community to really come together. It really is. Okay. All right. So you've expressed your opinion on the mayor of Detroit. Now, tell us why we should vote for Anthony Adams and why we shouldn't vote for Mike Duggan.
Well, I'm not going to sit up here and endorse Anthony Adams.
Okay.
But, I'm going to vote for Anthony Adams.
Okay.
I will always tell people to do their research in regards of candidates. I'm not one of them people that's just telling people to go out and vote for somebody. Do your research. I know why we shouldn't vote for Mike Duggan. Mike Duggan hasn't proven anything to our people or in our community. And, I'm not afraid to talk black in Detroit. That's the difference between me and a lot of people. And why a lot of people may shy away from me, because I unapologetically talk black in the blackest city in America. So, You know, if we're in an environment where we dominate, you know, we're the dominant race in this society, you know, things should be focused and concentrated in on that race of people. You know, you're not going to see me move to Livonia and want to be, you know, want my needs met, because they focus on, you know, the predominant race there, which is white folks. So it's like, there's nothing wrong with being black in the blackest city in America, and people, you know, are so afraid to be black, and where you know, you can't go nowhere on the planet, and especially in the country, in this country where you got this many black people in this capacity, like East Side, West Side, Southwest, North End. You know, you go to New York, you got spaces where black people is. You go to Philly, you got spaces where black people is. Chicago, you got spaces where black people is. But the whole city, you know, per capita, like, this is, it's an amazing thing. So for us, it's just, you know, really being able to, you know, have that understanding of, you know, of the power that we possess, you know, as people, and having that advantage. I'm not sure if that answered your question or not.
No, it did. It did.
I want to kind of speak on Mike Duggan, because you was asking about that. It's just like, you know, my thing is, when we talk about the concerns of, you know, the black community and as a whole, and, you know, I just went to a school board meeting. The schools are a mess, and I know the first argument from a mayoral standpoint is, well, I don't have any control over the school. They'll say that in a heartbeat. But you have control over the energy and the environment in your city. You have control over the babies, the amount of babies. 1 out of every 40 kids who die in America is a baby from the city of Detroit. So it's like we have the most baby shootings and killings in the country. Here, it's completely awful, and you never see this man stand up and talk about this, talk about realistic solutions, talk about all the black families who lost their homes due to illegal tax foreclosures. You know, they basically put these people out. They just mobbed on them and put people out their house, overtaxed people, put them out their house. Now you got all of these people from all over the world buying property here. You don't even know who owned the house on your block no more, because they mixed it up so much. You can't tell me you're a community man and you letting this type of energy happen, you know, to the blackest city in America. And, you know, focusing in on all that, focusing on downtown. You got all these new arenas. They done put up arenas. They build a jail. They done built factories. There's no schools being built. There's still no black communities or black spaces being built or worked on or worked with. And they tearing down houses. We got all these homeless folks. They not working on rebuilding houses. They not working on keeping people in houses. That's the best demolition program to me, is keeping people in houses. All the money that they take in to put out bike lanes in the city, is people that need that. You could put grant programs to people to get their roof fixed, people to get their porches fixed. You know, Detroit is an old infrastructure city. So, you know, a lot of these problems is just what it is right now. We at a point to where if you ain't had your roof fixed or your porch put together in the recent time, you know, you need it done. And just think about people who done worked in this city, you know, for 40 or 50 years. They done played them on their pension. They getting bare minimum money. How are they supposed to fix their roof? How are they supposed to you know, fix their porch, let alone sometimes keep up with taxes? So you mean to tell me I done bought this house, I done spent 40 or 50 years in this house, I miss some tax payments or something, and you want to kick me out? You know, that's not good government to me, and that's not government that is pro people, pro Detroit community. You know what I mean? You don't speak for us, and I don't like it. We don't look good. I tell everybody that Detroit, you know, we look good to everybody eyes. That BMF, we bossing up. We got the Cardis. You know, we got Detroit. Just got a whole D-boy vibe, and people respect that. You know, everywhere. But on paper, it's nothing to respect about this city. It's nothing to respect about the blackest city in America being ran by a white man from Livonia. And we giving all of our assets and resources away. The water is gone. Belle Isle's gone. You know, all these conservancies, the riverfront conservancies, this is nothing that's owned by the city of Detroit and our people. So all these beautiful resources that we got around us, we don't own anymore. And if ownership is the key and we giving up ownership, why would you vote? Even think about voting for a man like that. But to Detroit's you know, kind of side, people don't vote for Mike Duggan. He don't, since he been in 3 years, he haven't been elected through a popular vote. And by that, what I'm saying is, if you look at the city of Detroit, it's 650,000 people roughly, somewhere in that, and he can only get 70,000 people out to the voting polls in the primaries. He only got 40,000 people out of 40,000 people.
Right.
So it's not like he's in office because people love him.
Exactly.
He's in office because people are not waking up to the fact of how important politics is in the blackest city in America.
And that's what I was going to say. We need to, in the city as a whole, like the people that do have power in the communities, it is very important that we express voting, because yes, this is one of the blackest cities in America. We literally are letting the Caucasians come in and take over. Like, seriously, like, it's the more state police. Why is it so many more police? Why am I reading the news saying people are being afraid and it needs to be more state police? Who's afraid?
Yeah.
Who's afraid?
That's all propaganda.
Right.
That's like more police. I mean, they pay police so much money. I mean, police officers, and not just police officers. Let me not say that for somebody to be like, well, police don't make that much money.
Right.
The funding of police departments. Now, whatever they do with the money is on them. But America funds the shit out of their police department. So, you know, they have access to the best resources.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the best of the best. That's why if they want you, they can just come and violate you. If they want to come get us, they don't care about the man downstairs or nothing. It's trumps everything. They can just come and do whatever they want when they want. And I feel like that type of energy is never something that people should beg about. No. You know, that's nothing. We want to live in a space to where we in control, you know, of our own destiny, and we get more and more into a controlled state of mind, and this is all about design. Everything is by design. The more you're gonna see more control. More police mean more control.
Exactly. Most definitely. I completely agree with you. Okay. Well, that definitely answered the question. That definitely answered the question for sure. Now, on a more lighter note, you just got married. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, how has married life been for you?
Married life's been great. You know, I got a real dope partner.
Aww.
Yeah, man, she help out a lot, man. Like, this whole thing, people don't understand how hard balancing this and balancing family and balancing kids, and just like, I can't live a traditional lifestyle.
Exactly.
Like a lot of other people, like, I can't just go out and say I'm getting up to go to work for myself. I have to be able to get up and put myself in a position, because I've already committed to my people. And I don't break promises or commitments that I have to get up and figure out for myself, for my family, for my people. You know, it's a big thing, and we've been through a lot, man. Like, when the book and the documentary come out, it's gonna be the best thing that people has ever seen.
Okay, I can't wait.
We got and we recorded everything, so we got trigs on top of trigs of footage. We recorded everything since we started. So people really be able to see, man, like the stuff we've been through with the police, the stuff we've been through. You know, growing pains with the organization, the things that we went through internally, and
exactly.
You know, it's a lot, man, that comes with being who I am. So to have somebody there who have an understanding and is on code, you know, with the way that we move is dope. So that was easy for, you know, that was an easy thing. So,
that's,
you know,
so
big up to her, my son, my 4-year-old.
Aww. So what would you say your advice is on being happily married so far? Happily
marriage is your perception. You know what I mean? I tell people, like, don't think, you know, I feel like for us, far too many times, we focusing on what society's idea of marriage is. And I feel like everybody is different. Like, nobody should have the same type of energy when it comes to what your personal vibe is and your relationship. You make your own rules. You make your own life. You know, whatever each person is comfortable with, as long as y'all making each other happy and y'all growing as one, you know, with our people, it's just like everybody want the old fairy tale traditional way of living, and that's just,
and look perfect in somebody else's
and
point
look
of
perfect.
view.
Everybody want to be this perfect example of what black love is, and it's just like, I'm over it. I feel like, be happy. If you happy internally, you know, be happy internally. The happiest people, you don't see them all the time, like doing all that, man. You know, they making moves. You see happy people. You notice happy people through children.
Yes.
You feel me? If your children happy, that speaks volumes about you and your relationship.
Most definitely. Yeah. I can agree with that. Okay. All right. So some game time questions now.
Let's get it.
This is the fun part. Okay. So, who is the world's richest person ever?
Mansa Musa.
That's the answer.
Black man.
Yes, African Muslim king.
That's
yes.
right.
And his net worth is around $400 billion when they inflated it.
Man, I don't know how much money that man
Right.
had. That man had it all, though.
Okay, I was gonna give you A, B, and C, but that's the answer.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I ain't gonna get every question. Look, I ain't gonna get every question like that. I'm sure.
Okay. Next question. Can federal and state inmates receive an undergraduate degree? A, yes, but lack of regular internet access will make it difficult. B, no, due to no internet access. C, no. Why you asking all these questions?
Okay, ask the question one more time, please.
Can federal and state inmates receive an undergraduate degree?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Is that not the right answer?
No, they can receive it. They can, but I mean, no one really does it because the internet access is so bad because they would have to go to online college.
Right.
So that's why it's just the lack of internet. So the answer is yes, though.
Yeah.
They
so
can.
anything's possible.
Right.
Like
Anything's
brothers
possible.
want to get in there and do it because I see them on the gram.
Mm-hmm.
So they can get on the gram. They want to do it.
They can get on TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay. They can get on and get yes.
Yes. I would say hopefully I'm somewhere in there.
Yes. Okay. Next question. Which athlete is an active billionaire? A, Tiger Woods. B, LeBron James. C, Stephen Curry.
LeBron.
That's correct. B, LeBron. Okay. Next question. Richest couples in the world. Is it A, Janet Jackson and Wissam Al-Manah? Might not be saying his last name correct. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, or Salma Hayek and Frankos Pinot?
Shit, I don't know none of them people. Let me see. I mean, I know
Janet or Wissam, Kim or Kanye, or Salma and Frankos.
Well, it wouldn't be Kim and Kanye because they're not together no more. So I would X them out.
Okay.
You said Janet Jackson?
And this guy named Wissam. I think this is her baby daddy, her
ex-husband. Wissam? Is he part of the Al Wissam tribe?
That's what I was wondering. His name is spelled so familiar. His name is spelled so familiar.
I mean, the jackets, if I might have to slide with them if he part of that Wissam family. No, but I don't know, man. I don't know who's the richest couple in the world, but don't sound black besides Janet Jackson, right? I guess in Kanye West, which is not it, the answer. So, the third couple, because I never heard of.
Look at your test taking skills on point. That's right. The third couple. They worth $7.1 billion.
Nobody even know about them.
Nobody even knows about them.
I have no clue. I've never heard them names before.
Yes.
That's how so you get money. You know, real people that get money don't be out there.
Oh my goodness, that was a good way to break down the test. So if y'all listening, y'all gotta take some tests. That's a good test concept strategy right there.
Process of elimination.
Process of elimination.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. Next question. Who is the highest paid athlete in college sports? A, Percy Miller. B, Derek Lively. C, Derek King and Bubba Bolden.
So would that be Miller as in Master P. Miller?
Yes, Master P. Miller.
Okay, so being that he just started his own sports agency, I don't know. I literally don't know the type of contracts that's being negotiated right now, but just because of that knowledge that I know about him and his son, I would say A.
Okay, A is correct. Yes, he got a $2 million endorsement deal with some web apps in America.
That's just amazing.
And then the second person would be the Derek King and Bubba Bolden. They both went to University of Miami and they started College Hump before way before endorsements and everything started happening. So they just started a business and became millionaires in college, and that was.
So they started. That's not off a contract. They was off a business.
They started a business called College Hunk, and it moves like it moves up next. And that one was the quarterback and defensive player.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Shout out to them brothers.
I know, shout out to them. That's why I like that question, because I'm like, it also gets to tell people about another college athlete that before endorsements even started. I mean, before the college athletes could get this.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Okay, do you have any entrepreneurs, like your top 3 or top 5 you would like to shout out in the city of Detroit, or actually wherever, because you are everywhere? Yeah. So do you have, like, give me 3 entrepreneurs in 3 different states that you would want to shout out?
Okay, so I got a lot of people, man. I don't like this question because I feel like
you're not leaving out nobody.
Somebody gonna get mad like
he ain't leaving out nobody, y'all.
Cuz you like my durag, I made them. I don't want to get none of that. You feel me? But I feel like as a whole, I got a lot of, especially in Detroit, man. There's so many dope black businesses. I first and foremost want to shout out all the business owners in my organization. Okay. I have some great business owners. I'm not gonna run it down, but we have lawn care, we have tax services, we have event planning, we have chefs and caterers,
everything.
We got choreographers, we got real estate agents, we got a lot of I want to shout the movement out and all the brothers and sisters in the organization that's doing their thing. Okay. On the business side, but I feel like Detroit got a lot of dope businesses. Just shout out to the whole culture. I feel like we just growing as a culture. Like everywhere you go, you see a black business pop up. Yes. You ride down 7 Mile, you see them pop up. Yes. I really love the vibe in the city when it comes to business ownership.
That's super dope. Okay. See, he ain't leave nobody else, y'all. So ain't nobody gotta be in their feelings.
You gotta know how to play it. You get asked some questions enough. You go back to your people. They be like, "Cuz."
You let me out. Okay. So where can the people find you at? And do you have any new programs or any programs that you want to specifically tap in on real quick? Before we wrap up.
So we always out in the community. I always tell people the best way to build. I'm not big on, the messages, the DMs, the emails is respectable. I'll be in there sometime, but the best way to catch me is out in the streets, at one of our programs, putting in work for our community. Come out, get involved. You want to build with me, I'm not trying to sit and talk about stuff, over the internet. Come, I will want to be active in what you got going on. And come out and get involved with what we got going on. We got 16 different programs. Wow. And 2 different national safety initiatives. We're working on a lot of stuff, man. A lot of big work, a lot of product that we're working on too. Being that we got all these chapters and all these networks and resources all around the country. We building. Really, COVID really put kind of a little damper on our global build. We still working with brothers and sisters in Nigeria, building with brothers and sisters over there in the UK as well. But we was really, I'm a hands-on type person, so I like to go, peep out the environment, get the feel of the people, and help out from a hands-on perspective. So, I kind of miss out on that with what's going on right now. But, as far as us, the best way to come out is to come get involved. You can volunteer with us. Volunteering is easy. Just email volunteer@neweiraworld.work. And one of the good sisters of the org will reach out to you, get you put in our active volunteer group so you can see some of the programs that's going on. Maybe you got a day off or got some time, and come out and get involved. In the fall and the winter, we run a lot of different programs, so we just shifting over to our fall and winter programs. Spring and summer programs is a lot more active outside, but in the fall and winter, we kind of switch it up. Our food program starts to become priority. Okay. We've independently fed over 100,000 people in the city of Detroit, independently. feeding people, clothing people, that's always a given. But you know, we got programs right now like our mental health program. The biggest program that we're working on is our conflict resolution program, which is going to be probably one of the biggest programs that I would argue that we've ever came out with, because it's really one of the key ingredients to really changing the foundation of a lot of the violence that happens in our communities and the way that our kids react to you know, a lot of things. And it's just putting something, you know, that's realistic and effective inside of the community, opposed to the guns down campaign. I already tell people, like, guns down, they up already. You're reactionary already. Stop the violence started already. You're reactionary already. That's why you don't see these programs having any true effective outcomes, because we can't you know, work from a point of defense all the time. We got to get the ball. We got to be on offense and be able to, you know, survey the field and run our own plays. So that's really what that program is going to help out with. But we got home ownership programs. We got Buy Black tours, where we help out and support different black businesses. Shout out to my queen. She does our home ownership program as far as the you know, getting people inside of houses, getting them to have a better understanding of how to purchase properties. We got our sister Camille. She does our health and wellness program, where we we actually teach people how to cook healthy vegan meals and actually teach them how to go through the process. Nice. So, you know, we do a lot, man. We got a lot of work. We're working on a really dope safety app with our partners Blackham. That's going to tie into our whistle system and our safe zone, as well as our street codes. So we connecting businesses with the safety, you know, with in community with a different form of safety other than just the police. So this is something that I'm very excited about too as well, because it puts us in a better position when it comes to us being able to police our own communities, and that's important. Like we can't just say defund the police and you don't stand on the brick to do so. You got to have realistic solutions, and for us, that's what this is about: organizing and putting together realistic solutions and being consistent and intentional in our approach. So, you know, we not hard to find. New Era Detroit on all of our platforms. Y'all can Google us, YouTube us, whatever, man. We've been putting work in out here for a very long time, man. We stamp. So.
Thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing all this information. And it, like he said, if y'all got any questions, make sure y'all go to the website or just pop up. Show up and volunteer, and you will get everything you need out of this man. Well, not everything, but the main important stuff for the community.
It be too much,
Thank y'all so much for watching and subscribing to the channel. We got more bosses and baddies coming in. Baddies that are bosses. Catch me if you can. See y'all.